In 2021, a car company came out of nowhere. Most people had never even heard of it, but it caused a shockwave in the industry like nothing we'd seen before. In just one single day of going public, its market value hit $1 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. $150 billion. That's more than Ford. More than General Motors. Imagine this, a company that hadn't delivered a single car to customers, suddenly worth more than automakers that had been around for over 100 years. So how did that happen? What's the secret behind this insane blind confidence? Was it just a bubble? Or does Rivian actually hold the key to the future for adventure lovers and pickup truck fans? Is it truly the savior of electric trucks, or is it about to fall into the trap of broken promises? Rivian's story starts inside the mind of a young guy obsessed with cars and the outdoors, RJ Scaringe. He didn't care about flashy sports cars or luxury sedans. His dream was to build something that combined raw performance with protecting the planet. Back in 2009, Scaringe started a tiny company called Maynard. Later, it became Rivian. At first, there wasn't really a clear vision. They tried building sports cars, then budget-friendly cars, but all of those attempts? Total failures. But Scaringe didn't give up. Instead, Rivian went silent. It disappeared from the spotlight for years, working in the shadows, rethinking everything. People thought the company was dead. But in reality, they were preparing for a surprise that would rewrite the rules of the game. Then, in 2018, Rivian came back swinging. Their first vehicle? The R1T. Not just another electric pickup. This thing was an engineering masterpiece. The design wasn't traditional. It blended elegance with toughness. Those horizontal headlights, shaped almost like a coffee bean, and that clean, simple front gave it a completely unique identity. But the real magic wasn't just in the looks. Rivian built this thing from the ground up to be a true adventure machine. 4 independent electric motors, one for each wheel, giving it unmatched power and control. It could even spin in place, like a tank. That one feature alone was enough to drive off-road fanatics absolutely crazy. And then, the smart storage solutions, like the gear tunnel between the back seats and the truck bed, made it insanely practical. Rivian's big break, though, didn't just come from its design. It came from trust. And not just any trust, we're talking the trust of the tech giants. In 2019, Amazon announced a massive $700 million investment in Rivian. But that wasn't all. They also ordered 100,000 electric delivery vans from them. That order? It was like a birth certificate for the company. It made investors rush in, desperate to get a piece of Rivian. Then came Ford, throwing in $500 million. This wasn't just a cool idea anymore. It was a serious project with big backers. And that money gave Rivian the power to build a huge factory in Illinois and develop its tech at lightning speed. But with big money come even bigger challenges. The road for Rivian hasn't exactly been smooth. First, production problems. Turning brilliant designs into mass-produced cars? Not easy. They fell behind schedule delivering their first vehicles, and that made investors nervous. Second, the financial bleeding. Rivian's been losing billions every year. And yeah, that's kind of normal for new car companies, but it still puts massive pressure on leadership. And third, maybe the biggest challenge of all, competition. Tesla started rolling out the Cybertruck. Ford has the F-150 Lightning. Chevy's got the Silverado EV. These companies have decades of experience and global distribution networks. So the question is, can Rivian survive against these giants? Right now, Rivian's still fighting. They've started delivering the R1T and the R1S. They're working on the next generation of Amazon delivery vans. They've got plans to make more affordable vehicles and to build their own charging network. But the real question remains, can Rivian stay alive in this brutal market? Will RJ Scaringe's dream of building a tech-driven, eco-friendly car company actually leave a lasting mark? Or will Rivian become nothing more than a beautiful memory of a financial bubble? Only time will tell. The story isn't over yet, and the real battle? It's just beginning. Rivian is not just a company. It embodies a bold vision of sustainability and adventure in transportation. As they forge ahead, the stakes are high, and the road is fraught with uncertainty. With industry giants and emerging startups vying for dominance, Rivian's resolve will be tested. Will their dedication to innovation propel them forward, or will they falter under the pressure of the marketplace? In the end, Rivian's story is one of courage, innovation, and ambition. But it's also a story about challenges that show no mercy in the business world. The electric vehicle landscape is evolving rapidly, and the race for the electric pickup market intensifies. So do you think Rivian will succeed in becoming the savior of the electric pickup world? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you ask me, Rivian is standing at a critical crossroads right now. On one side, it has the technology, the design, and the unique brand image that could position it as the Apple of electric trucks. On the other side, it's burning through cash at an alarming rate, going head-to-head with fierce competition and still wrestling with the complex challenge of scaling production to meet demand. Tesla. They have a near-cult following, unmatched production capacity, and Elon Musk's constant ability to dominate global headlines. Ford? They have decades of pickup truck loyalty, generations of trust built into the F-150 brand, and the lightning rides directly on that legacy. Chevy? They're not just entering the game. They've been in it for over a century, backed by deep manufacturing experience, a global supply chain, and one of the largest dealership networks in the world. What Rivian offers that the others don't is a crystal-clear identity. It's not chasing every single customer in the EV market. It's laser-focused on a specific tribe: the adventurers, the campers, the hikers, the off-road explorers who want a vehicle that's not just transportation, but a gateway to their lifestyle. That niche is powerful, and it gives Rivian a story that resonates emotionally. But niches can also be dangerous, because they limit the size of your market. Over the next 3 to 5 years, I believe Rivian's survival will depend on two major factors. First, reducing production costs while keeping the craftsmanship and quality that made its brand stand out in the first place. Second, introducing a mid-priced model that can move beyond the premium segment and sell in larger volumes without diluting the brand's adventurous spirit. If they manage to pull that off, Rivian could secure a permanent position as a high-end niche leader, not necessarily beating Tesla or Ford in raw sales numbers, but completely owning the adventure EV category. If they fail to achieve that balance, the sad reality is we could one day be speaking about Rivian in the same breath as Fisker or other ambitious electric startups that had all the vision in the world but couldn't survive the financial and logistical storm. The EV market is littered with the ghosts of great ideas that ran out of money, time, or both. Still, I can't help but feel there's something in Rivian's DNA that makes it worth rooting for. They've dared to be bold. They've dared to be different. They've built something that feels fresh in a world of copy-paste designs. And sometimes, in the automotive industry, it's exactly that kind of bravery, the refusal to blend in, that ends up changing the game. Rivian might be facing the fight of its life, but if it can weather the storm ahead, it could emerge not just as another car company, but as a symbol of how vision, passion, and persistence can carve a place in one of the toughest industries on Earth.